morning, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning yoga. We're going to use a chair for a little bit of the practice, but we're also going to do a little bit of standing work just to get our bodies kind of doing both. Now, if you're unable to be out of a chair, that's okay. Everything that I'm going to show you, you can do from the waist up. And then if we go into a forward fold, you would simply just lean over, resting your belly on your thighs, touch your toes, just as if you were standing. So this can always be adapted to both types of yoga. Doesn't have to be one or the other. We can be inclusive. All right, so we're going to start in an either seated position where we're upright in our chair, not leaning against the back, or we're going to start standing like me. It's a beautiful day. I got Timber, the co-teacher, over here. He's been a little barky, so hopefully he won't bark. Welcome to another beautiful Sunday, another beautiful morning to be outside, to listen to birds, to just be with all that is great. Weave your hands into a basket. I'll step close so you can see what that looks like. So weave your hands into a basket, and you're simply going to put that basket against your heart. So you're going to interlace your fingers like a basket and put them against your heart. Okay? Take a big breath. And then empty the breath. One more just like that. Big breath. Empty the breath. So nice. Flip your basket. You're going to take your basket and push it away from you. Okay, and just hold that for a second. Take an inhale. Push a little more exhale. Now inhale, bring your basket to your heart. Exhale, push your basket away. So we're really getting into the fingers, the inner webbings of the fingers. Between the fingers, we're getting into the carpal tunnel, into the wrist. I'm going to show you from the side. Straighten those arms. All right, we got two more. Just following your breath, just like that ocean wave that comes in and comes out. There's no pausing. There's no holding. All right, push it on out there. Now we're going to inhale, up we go. Keep the basket. Yep, straighten your arms. Take a long breath in, and then hinge over to the right. Come back to center. Hinge over to the left. Come back to center. Lower your basket, flip it, and press it against your heart. So nice, just warming up that spine. Go ahead and flip your hands away from the basket. Bring your hands down by your side. So if you're sitting in a chair, you're going to follow along just like me. Circle your arms to the sky. Take a long breath in. On your exhale, bend your elbows, lift your heart, look up. On your inhale, reach to the sky. And on your exhale, bend your knees if you're standing. Fold over your legs. Fold on over. If you're in a chair, just lay your belly on your lap and then slowly roll to rise. Turn your palms forward, roll your shoulders back. So that's called a half sun salutation. We're going to do it 3 times, following the rhythm of our breath. I'll guide you through the breath, but breathe when you need to breathe. Here we go. Circle up, inhale. Bend your elbows, exhale. Reach to the sky, inhale, look forward. Exhale, circle the arms down, forward, fold. On your inhale, roll your spine to stand. On your exhale, turn your palms, drop your shoulders. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, bend your elbows, maybe make it bigger. Inhale, straight up, look forward. Exhale, circle on down. Inhale to roll up one more time. Get to the very top, drop your shoulders, turn your palms, breathe out. Circle up, inhale. Make this one big. Exhale, bend your elbows, look up. Inhale, reach up, look forward. And exhale, circle down. Heel your spine up to stand and drop your shoulders. So nice. We're going to do it one more time. Always pull up your pants in between. I'm going to show this one in a chair. So if you're going to want to stay standing, stay standing. If you want to jump in the chair with me, that's fine. Circle up, reach up. Bend your elbows, lean back, look up. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, circle down, lay your belly on your legs, maybe touch your ankles or your toes. Inhale to rise. Perfect. Drop your shoulders. Now, if you choose to stay standing, go ahead and stay standing. If you want to be in a chair like me, get in a chair. It's all going to work out. Take your legs wide. So if you're standing, you're going to take that wide stance. Toes are going to be out. Heels are going to be in. You're going to lean forward in either position, standing or sitting, and rest your thumbs to the outside of your thighs, fingers to the inside. We're going to lean forward. I have a nice straight spine here. Take a breath here. On your exhale, drop your left shoulder and look over your right. Should be a nice twist. Oh, we have a woodpecker. Come back to center. Drop your right shoulder, look left. Come back to center. Follow your breath. Drop your left, look right. Inhale to center. Drop right, look left. One more time, each side. This is called a shoulder dip. Getting a nice inner thigh stretch while we do that. Come back to center and rise up. Take your hands to a T shape. So if you're standing, your body looks exactly like mine. And you're sitting on that wide horse. You're not leaning forward now, we're leaning back. So there's a wall behind us that we're gonna imagine that our spine is pressing onto. Drop your right hand. Reach your left arm to the sky, and then take a ginormous side bend over. You should feel left ribs, left armpit, left lower back. Inhale up. Drop your left. Up and over we go. Feel that? Oh, so nice. Come back up. Follow your breath. We got 2 more each side. Let it be graceful and smooth. Sometimes our life becomes so rigid and so structured and so linear. One more time each side. I find when I'm in my practice, I like my arms to be flowy and soft and to not always hold my breath between cycles and then lower it. I like to just have everything smooth together. And I love that because life is so structured. Hold your hands in front like you're holding a ball, okay? So I have lots of space between my hands. It's like I'm holding a ball. My elbows are soft, so I'm not straight arms. I've just got this softness. And I'm gonna bring that ball to where my elbows are tucked against my ribs. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold for a second. If you're standing, might take a break with the legs, stand up tall, and then get back on your horse. You're gonna shoot that ball out in front with soft elbows, never fully locking the elbows. We're going to slide that ball over to the right, okay, like you're rolling it across the counter. And then you're going to roll that ball ever so softly and gently over to the left. You're with me? Here we go. To the right, nice and slow. Let your fingers be soft. Just hold that ball. And then to the left, and then purchase. Come on back. And bring the ball in, rest your elbows. If you're standing, take a break, stand tall. We're gonna add on to this. So you're gonna scooch the ball in front. You're gonna drop it over to the right, slide it to the right. We're gonna drop it next, slide it to the left. Okay, we're just making this little soft movement. Now we're gonna drop it to the right, outside the right knee, loop it up and over, and drop it to the left knee. Loop it up and over, and drop it to the right. You're making a giant figure 8 here. Okay, so as you do this, your spine is rotating, your spine is bending, your spine is moving, your inner thighs are working, your glutes are engaged. But what's so magical about this movement is that we are realigning the energy in the body because we're crossing that midline. We're organizing the brain. 2 more. We're bringing harmony and balance into all parts of us. Last one, down the left, loop it up, bring the ball in front, hold the ball in, don't let your hands touch. We're gonna add on a little bit of Tai Chi today, isn't it fun? Scoot your ball in front, slide it across the counter first, slide it across the counter the other way. You're gonna loop it down to the right, up and over, down to the left. Here's where we add on. Okay, we're going to toss it down to the right and to the upper left. We're going to do 3 of these. Down, toss it, down, toss it, down, and toss it, catch it, and bring it to center. Do the whole thing with the other side. Start with the counters. Slide it across. Loop it down, up and over. Fantastic. Come back to center. We're going to drop it left, toss it right. Drop it left, toss it right. One more. Back to center. Now I'm going to do that entire sequence standing so that you can see what it looks like if you're not sure. Okay, so it's going to be the same thing. If you prefer to stay in a chair, stay on in a chair. So if you're standing, you're going to have your toes out, heels in. You're going to sit on the horse. Now I'm not going to be able to go as far as I would like, but that's because we're still living on the left hip. So here I am. I'm leaning against that back fence, heart's open. Here's my ball. Take a breath here. Empty the breath. And let's begin. Slide over to the right counter. Slide over to the left counter. Go down the right knee. Loop it up and over to the left knee. We're going to do both sides at once here. We're going to do 3 on this side. Drop to the right, toss to the left, drop to the right, toss to the left, drop to the right, toss to the left, catch it, return elbows in. We're going to do the other side right away. Slide the counters, drop and loop. Perfect. Come back to center. Here we're going to drop to the left, toss to the right. Drop, toss, last one, drop, toss, catch it, return, stand tall. So if you did that whole thing standing, your legs are probably feeling a little bit of goodness. I'm going to hold on to my chair. You can remain in a chair if you prefer. That's where you're at. That's perfect. I'm going to hold on to the back of my chair. We're going to step back a little bit. If you're in a chair, sit really, really tall. Preferably if you're in a chair, if you have a table near you, I would scoot the chair to the table so that your hands have something to rest on. If they don't, you're just going to come to a forward fold. Hands are going to find the chair. I'm going to step back further. I want to come to a 90-degree bend. Okay, so if you're in the chair, hands can be on the counter, the table, a sofa, and then ideally the booty goes back and the head goes between the arms. Take a breath. You should feel stretched back of the legs. And then roll and rise up. I'll show you what that looks like in a chair. You can do it a couple different ways. If you don't have something in front of you to hold on to, that's okay. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat so that my back is not against the wall. Feet are underneath the knees. Arms go in front. I'm going to lean way forward and reach my arms. It's okay if I'm not touching anything. I'm still creating that great shape. Or you can just come to a forward fold. And then slowly rise on up. Beautiful. Come on back to, we're all going to have a seat. So grab your chair and have a seat. Be thinking about this week. My camera just went like that. Sorry about that. Be thinking about this week as we come into the first full week of summer. How we have these moments in our life where we want everything to be in order. Our schedule's in order. We do the same thing we do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And how rigid that becomes when life shows up, because it does, and something has to change. And so the reason why I chose that Tai Chi movement is to bring in 2 elements into our practice today. One element is to not be rigid and to just flow with our bodies. The other element is to remember that in any sort of relationship, whether that's a business relationship, parent and child relationship, partner relationship, friendship, there's always give and take. There's always flexibility and movement. If we don't practice that, then we have a tendency for relationships to become very hard and very rigid. If we are super linear with how people should be and how they should respond to us, and we get stuck in this linear movement, our relationships really suffer. But if we can bend and kind of roll with life and be flexible and flowy and softer and take all those sharp edges of our life, smooth them off, life becomes great. All right, last thing we're going to do, hands on your knees, and we're going to circle the body like we're inside a beautiful honey pot. A little bit of brain stuff while we do this, and then I'll zip it. We have an imaginary line that runs down the center of our body. Most people are very dominant on one side of their body. They're right-handed, they do everything with their right hand or their left hand, which means that there's a lot of imbalance happening. Or we have a right-brained person that very rarely uses the left brain, or opposite. Becomes very linear and very rigid in their thinking and their behaviors and their patterns. We also have balance that, we're stronger on one side. All of this has to do with harmonizing the brain. You have 3 more circles. So this motion, the Tai Chi motions, is bringing harmony back. One more. Take a breath, pause, close your eyes, exhale the breath. One more breath with eyes closed. Open mouth, empty the breath. Let's do the other direction. So circle. Okay, so this is something that I do with all my students. There's a variation of it in Kundalini practice, all about the energy in the body going up the spine through the crown chakra. And that's a beautiful method, beautiful practice, beautiful understanding. And then there's this understanding that I just shared with you about harmonizing and bringing a theming together, just like when we wove our hands into a basket, a theming together of our life, both the rigid and linear scheduled that we have to do and the go with the flow that we choose to do. Okay, so go with the flow this week. And the other element is water. 3 more. If you think about a stream, 2 more. 1 more. You should have picture in your mind a beautiful stream. The water just rolls over the boulders and through the reeds, and there's twigs and there's obstacles and there's things all over the stream. And yet the water has this movement that just rolls through those obstacles. Water is very cooling. We're in the peak of summer. It's really hot here in Colorado. If we bring in that element of water in our movement and in our thoughts and in our actions and how we show up in the world and in our flexibility, and we become like water, those obstacles aren't going to be so hard, and we're actually going to bring cool energy into our life. That's what I have for you. So do a little Tai Chi this week. Find a little movement. Go with the flow. Weave your hands into a basket. Flip it up. Find some movement in your spine, movement in your body. Transfer that movement into your life, into your relationships, into your thoughts, into your actions, into your words. And you, my sweet friends, will have a magnificent week. I'll see you next week.